Alright YouTube, we're back. This is part 2. Alright, so after you've done the soaking, I would recommend getting yourself, or you can buy them or you can make them, just a brush. Okay, put it on a drill and go in your gas tank and through the opening with a drill. Do what you can. Right after that, this is after 24 hours, get yourself some pure baking soda just out of a box. Now we need to neutralize that all that acid that we put in there, right? Now watch this. And don't worry about how much you put in there, guys. And then slosh it around. Check that out. You need to neutralize the acid in the tank. Okay? After you do that though, let it sit in there for a bit. Alright? Swash it around real good though. And there we go. Alright. See, we even had a little acid on top here. So that baking soda will take care of it every time. Okay? Takes right care of it. See it sizzling over there? Yeah, that stuff's good. Now let's let it sit for a while. Just keep sloshing it around in that tank, because what you do is you put acid in there. And you'll have a nasty mess when you're done. Alright? Be right back. Gotta let that sit for a couple hours. After that, I'll be right back. Alright folks, after you did that, you undo your petcock off the bottom and let your nasty mess out. Oh, it's epic. And slosh it as you go. Man, it's epic. And you will have a filter on the end of your tube here. Look at that mess. Whew, it's epic. Alright, if it's plugged, this is what I suggest. Get yourself an air compressor line and just go up in here and clean it out. Because it's probably going to get plugged as you go. Yep. Just keep doing that, guys. And you'll get flakes of rust like that. all kinds of garbage. Oh yeah, you'll get all kinds of garbage coming out of this thing. When you go to do this, you'll have the same deal. That's juicing out the top. Garbaging out the bottom. Oh yeah, there'll be plenty of garbage come out of it. Alright, we'll be right back, guys. Alright, after that, I suggest you blow out your filter really good. And then go ahead and put it back in the tank. Alright? Be right back. Alright guys, after you do that, you're going to be left with your tank. You still have a little grungies down the bottom. Those grungies are basically surface, so let's wash it out. And that's where you get yourself your jug. Wash your vinegar jug out really well. Just put plain old water in it. Put it in the tank. And you can do 1 or 2 gallons. Alright, and you'll see it turn orange again. And then you slosh it around. Yep. Then you go about your grody mess again. And you don't have to let that water sit there very long, guys. You just put it in there and slosh it around, and then let it out. And depending on your tank, you might have to do that, 2 or 3 times, maybe more. But basically, just let your grody mess out. Still coming in rust color, so I suggest you do that till your water comes out pretty clean. Yep. Alright. And again, you're going to have to get your air compressor up here. Blow out your nozzle, because it's going to get plugged with the rust. So we continue to do this till that water comes out pretty white, pretty clear. Okay, we'll be right back. Alright guys, after you do that, you'll be left with just your galvanization in the bottom and whatever you're left with for your coating. But I suggest getting yourself some WD-40. This is just Walmart brand, and don't be afraid to use the whole can in there. Just hose it down really good and really thick. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright folks, the next step is to just simply turn your generator over on its side to where the carburetor is facing up. Alright, and then you need to get yourself a set of these torch tip cleaners. You can get these at Napa or anywhere. You can get them at Walmart. Okay, it doesn't matter what brand they are. And then you just need to take, and be careful with this part, you need to take just the one that fits up inside the main jet. Okay, so start with your smallest one and work your way up. Okay, they'll come in all the sizes of the torch tips, but you need to take care that you don't get too big a one and bore out your jet, and you don't want that. Okay. Just stuff it in the end like that. Be real careful. Do your cleaning. That one's a little big, so we have to go down. Bring you right back as soon as I find the right size, guys. Alright guys, let me get you coordinated here. And the torch tip cleaner just goes right in the end of there, and there's a jet up in there. All you have to do is just put it in there. And if it's plugged, it'll feel restrictive. Okay? But you want to make sure you got the smallest one. Start out with the littlest one and go from there. Mine happens to be unplugged already. Yay. Alright. Be right back. Alright guys. After you do that, get your jet clean. You blow it out with air. Sorry about that, guys. See if I can cover you up. I don't want to get no slobbers on you. Alright, I think we're back. Okay, there we are. Alright, now I didn't show you how to take this carburetor apart, so I'm going to show you how to put it back together. And taking it apart is pretty simple. Alright, first thing you'll have is your float and your needle, okay? Now your float and your needle is going to have this pin in it to hold it in. That's why we turn it on its side. You could take the carburetor off if you wish, if it makes it easier for you. But I find it easier just to roll it over, and then the pin drops down in the little hole on the side where your float attaches. Just got to wiggle it around till you find that center part, and there you go. Alright, next thing you'll have is this little O-ring gasket. Now if yours is real bad and toasty, I suggest just buy a kit, and it comes with a new gasket. This one here hopefully will work for demonstration purposes anyway. Seems to be alright. Let's find out. Put your float on there. You put your gasket on there. Put your bowl on there, and there would be a little bolt on the bottom. Now on the GX models, most of them are 10mm for the size of the wrench that you need to tighten that up with. So that's what you need. And leave your drain bolt out where you can get to it if you need it, so you can drain your carburetor bolt. And just snug it. You're only going into aluminum, so you don't want to go too tight. Alright? Alright, so got our carburetor back together. Got our gas tank cleaned out. Next thing you're going to have is this little deal here. You're also going to have a little screen. Alright, so bring you right back and we'll show you the next step. Alright guys, next thing you want to do is take your little screen that comes out of that cup. And you want to blow it out. Get all the cooties out of it. Okay. And the same thing with your little cup. There we go. Alright, so now we're ready to install this. Bring you over here. This goes up in the petcock. Okay? Just rotate it around to where the hole matches up with the hole in the petcock on the bottom. And take your little cup and you screw it back in there. Okay? Now, again, let me get around here, guys. That's going to require you to have a 10mm wrench. And you just tighten it up snugly. You don't have to go overkill because it's got a gasket on it. Alright? Be right back. Alright. After that, what I suggest you do, just look it over, make sure you got everything back together the way you took it apart, and roll your generator back over, back on its top, okay? Excuse me, back on its wheels, or on its platform, whichever you have. Okay? Then I suggest just let it sit for a little bit, preferably in the sun. Leave the gas cap off. Alright? Let it sit in the sun for a couple hours. And I'll tell you what, it will be ready to roll. We'll be right back. We'll find out. Alright YouTube, now it's time to see if our work paid off. Let's see if we actually fixed this thing, and if you fixed yours. I bet you can. Turn your power your kill switch on, off, or turn it on to on. It's cranking. Let's choke it. Ew. Okay. Well, let me charge that battery. Be right back. Alright guys, had the battery charger on here for a while now. Let's see if she fires. Good job! Like we got it, guys.